From walking up the stairs and entering the boat, my mood changed immediately. And there was a smell in the air, something that I could feel. I knew it was going to be a good day.
Club Med 2 is the most fantastic cruise I've ever been on. The quality, the food, the rooms, the decor, the evenings, the entertainment, everything is top-notch. It really is a tough life. Another sunny day, another beautiful city. Now, I believe there are two parts to Nice. There's the old historical part, steeped in history, and there's the modern city we all know. Promenades, beautiful beaches, incredible looking people and cocktails.
Nice is nice. Situated in southeast France, Nice is the capital and chief resort of the Riviera. And although it's often compared to its more glamorous neighbor, Cannes, Nice is a fantastic port city and also the place where they filmed my favorite film, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, with Steve Martin and Michael Caine. So I think we should go and explore this dirty, rotten city. This is great. All I want to do is get a part of chocolat and a Nutella crepe.
Gosh. I think I've fallen in love. That girl is so beautiful.
Janez, please can you behave yourself and don't embarrass me. That's our guide. We met the guide and I was completely embarrassed because she was a lovely girl and very beautiful, and Janez took quite a liking to her. So he insisted on flirting with her all day.
Miriam, oh, what a beautiful girl. Probably the kind of girl I'd marry. Maybe. Jeannie, on the other hand, I think she got a little bit jealous, maybe. Miriam, this place is really beautiful, but isn't Nice still very popular as a tourist destination?
Yes, it is. It is one of the most popular destinations in France, right after Paris.
And this area is very beautiful. I love the pastel colors.
Yes. The place where we are is the Old Town, which is very representative. This is really the image of Nice, and that's also relevant of the past of Nice, which belonged to Italy till 1860. And this is what is the most representative. If you're coming to Nice, you're going to find these very warm colors with the walls, with the red, and the place, and the architecture, the Baroque architecture, such as, for example, the Opera House, which is one of the most beautiful buildings that we have here in town. Well, we have a lot of treasures.
Let's go and have a look at the rest.
I thought I'd give Janez a bit of playing field with our guide. So I went on my own tour of Nice, and I went through to the market and saw some beautiful little bric-a-brac, which wasn't that cheap, might I add. I thought the shopping was going to be at great deals in the market. It wasn't. Now, rummaging through all of this bric-a-brac, one can often find some beautiful little treasures, like this, for example, which is obviously pure silver, but the price tag that goes with it isn't exactly one that you'd expect in the middle of a market. 780 euros. Best I don't break that. I'm afraid to say, he didn't even notice that I was gone.
Miriam, this is so charming. Are we in the heart of the old city?
Yes, we are. This is a very typical street, very narrow and tortuous like that.
I can understand why Nice is so popular, but when did the popularity actually begin?
Well, it actually began at the end of the 19th, beginning of the 20th century, when you had a lot of European, especially royalties, who came, in fact, to Nice in winter because of the mild weather, and it was very good for them for spending some time. And in fact, after that, some artists, very famous artists such as Matisse, Chagall, Picasso came in the area because the light here is so inspiring that they thought that they would never find any other place like that. And thanks to that, they found the source of their inspiration here in Nice.
There's one thing about Nice and France, the ice cream, gelati. It's pure creme and pure flavor. There's too many to choose from. Okay. You've got 100 flavors. Is that yogurt? Just plain nice. Is it good?
That's very nice.
Okay, can I have 1 scoop yogurt and 1 scoop glass and cookies? And Janez has vanished anyway, so I guess I'll work off the calories looking for him. I met up again with Janez and our guide on the promenade, and what a place. Kilometers of beaches. It's just spectacular. So the Promenade des Anglais is probably one of the most famous places in Nice.
Yes, it is. This is where you get when you're arriving to Nice. When you're flying to Nice, this is also what you're going to see. Very famous, a little bit like Champs-Élysées in Paris.
Okay, and the beaches are spectacular.
Yes, except that we have in fact pebbles. We have to warn people about that. It's a little bit tricky sometimes, but what you can do is that you can go on a private beach and rent for the day or half day a sunbed and an umbrella, and then go to the restaurant. The water is very clear, very clean too, and very refreshing.
From all the places on the Riviera, Nice is my favorite. It just has that combination of a big city feel and a resort. It's got the old historical town, it's got museums, it's got the beaches, it's got the stone pebbles on the beaches. It's just a beautiful city, it's a sexy city. It's the kind of place I could live.
Sun worshippers from across the world come to Nice for 8 kilometers of pristine beaches. However, most of them are private beaches, and €10 a day will buy you an umbrella and one of these fabulous deck chairs. And although my reflexologist will appreciate this, they're all pebbled beaches, and it's really painful to walk on these rocks. Janez seems to be taking it in his stride.
A lot of the beaches in Nice are private beaches, and that's so that they can protect that space. The high beach area was absolutely fantastic because they give you these thick mattresses to lie on the beach, these beautiful umbrellas, and it really changes a beaching experience because you're not getting sand everywhere, nothing's a mess, it's just pure comfort. Nice is a very old city, and in fact most of it was built up by the Romans. So nestled between these old buildings was a very hot, modern hotel. Bright colors and very minimalist, very chic.
The High Hotel is a completely different take to your traditional hotel. It's super modern. It's all about the healthy, young, vibrant lifestyle. The rooms are small, but they're so well designed.
My room is very quirky and the bright colors give it a really energizing vibe. The High also offers 9 different concepts for each of their 38 rooms. So I wonder what Janez's looks like.
When I heard I was coming to Nice, I thought I was coming to an old city. So this is quite a contradiction, coming to this ultra-modern hotel. And this room is perfect for an exhibitionist like me. Glass shower, and the toilet's like sitting on a throne.
You've got a really long flight now back home.
I do.
Sorry about that. I'm going to Cap Estel for a few days.
Great.
It's in the middle of nowhere, so really I'm not going to have much fun without you. It's like 10 minutes away from Monaco.
So Jeannie and I are splitting up. I'm heading off to South Africa. I've got a modeling shoot to do there. I'm going to get the chance to see my friends and my family. And Jeannie's got to head off on her own to this chateau somewhere in the south of France. Without me, without her tour guide, no one to talk to. I'm sure she's going to be so bored. And I'm not even sure she's going to a nice place.
Oh, yes.
Bye-bye, darling.
I'll really miss you. Feels so bad he's not coming. I'm driving from Nice Port. I've been in the car for about 25 minutes and the driver says we're almost arriving at Cap Estel. That's where I'll be staying for the next couple of days. And apparently, as far as prestige accommodation goes, this is tops. There's just these massive iron balustrade gates. So, just judging the gates, you know that what lies beneath them is something spectacular. I've arrived at Cap Estel, which is the most beautiful place I've ever been to in my entire life. I feel like I'm on heaven on earth. My suite is just beautiful. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. Look at the space. Walked into my room and housekeeping had just left. I wish they hadn't, because Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore had just moved out. I would have wanted to sleep in Ashton Kutcher's sheets. Oh, the bedroom. Janez, I love that you think I'm slumming it. Believe it or not, traveling can get quite exhausting. Now, while Janez is hard at work, I'm going to take some time out and just relax. Cheers. know what I love about Cap Estel is that it's not very far from Nice or Monaco. However, sitting here, it feels like you're completely remote.
That's the whole point of the exercise. When people come in here, they think they could be anywhere in the world, but not necessarily the south of France. But then on the other hand, then yeah, everything. So they just go out of Cap Estel, you've got Monaco 10 minutes down the road, Nice 20 minutes down the road.
Now here at Cap Estel, you have Master Chef Nicolas V. V meaning life. How much life does he put into the food?
Oh, he puts in a lot of life. It's quite original, the food he serves. Obviously, we try and adapt ourselves to guests staying a long time. We are like a private home. It's like going out doing your shopping, preparing your food and eating, except nobody does anything except just eat it.
How can you eat this? It looks like art on a plate.
But the only thing with art is that this one could be reproduced.
Okay, scrambled eggs with snail egg. Is it real snail egg?
Yes?
I'm a real snail.
Yes. Everything's real here.
When in France.
Eat like the French.
Really good. Really good. For a snail egg. Bernard is the hotel manager, and he's such a fantastic guy. Typical Englishman, though. He's so serious, and then he'll turn around and say something completely hilarious, like, well, I do hope you're not planning on behaving these next few days. But he says it with this deadpan, straight face that you're not quite sure how to take it. As patriotic as I am to my own country, there's only one other place in the world that I would die to live. And that's the south of France. And apart from its aesthetic beauty, it's for only one reason. The fact that lunch can take you up to 3 hours. And then this is how you finish. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Bon appetit. Okay, this is heaven. This is what I call a view. But one noticeable thing about this villa, location, location, location.
Well, we're very fortunate, yes. This building, well, the site was actually developed by Frank Harris in 1898. In those days, of course, there was hardly any construction along here, so we're very, very fortunate. And he developed a residence here for his friends from London, who used to come down and spend the winters down in the south of France.
And since then, it's obviously attracted attention from high-profile people and stars alike, like the Beatles.
Yes, well, I mean, the Côte d'Azur has always been a very nice attraction for famous people. Of course, it's climate. And we've had the Beatles, of course. We've had members of the Kennedy family. So, yes, and more recently, we've had people like Beyoncé, Demi Moore, and Bryan Adams.
What would you say sets Cap Estel apart from the rest and gives it that level of prestige?
I think it's the atmosphere we create here. It's very confidential, it's very private, people are left to themselves, we look after them, we pamper them. I think it's also very important that people feel at home. It's always been in the hotel business, a home away from home, but this is really a home away from home.
And the view's not too bad.
No, there are worse.
Je ne vais pas travailler, je ne vais pas très jamais. Na, 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 na. Janez is flying in a plane for 23 hours. And he thinks I'm gonna miss him, but I'm having a ball in the south of France. I'm in Cap Estel.
I consider myself a bit of a Spartan warrior with everything I do. But I think I may have overstepped the mark here because I flew from France, left my family behind, landed in Cape Town, took a couple of sleeping tablets on the plane, arrived on my job, and I literally had to hold my eyes open like this.
Janez.
Oh, Janez. Sorry, man. You guys have no idea how tired I am. Look at these bags under my eyes. I've been traveling for 24 hours from the south of France, the Mediterranean, hence the tan, and I'm back here in South Africa for a fashion shoot. Fly back tonight to go meet them in the south of France. You know what? I think we're going to give Jeannie a little Skype because I want to find out how she's doing, because without me, she's nothing.
Hello?
How's it, Jeannie?
Janez! How are you?
Tell me you're missing me.
Yeah, I'm missing you tons.
Really? I don't seem to believe you. Technology has changed my life. I speak to my son on Skype all the time, and there I was, doing my job in Cape Town, Skyping Jeannie. At that moment in time, probably the worst mistake I could have made. I was so tired, and she was living the glamorous life in Cap Estel.
Well, I checked in, and Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore had just moved out. I had a walk through their room, it was amazing. And then...
Did you meet them? Did you meet them?
No, but I did see Jeanez, the F1 racer.
Oh my gosh, the sexy guy with the long hair.
He's actually not that sexy in real life.
Am I more handsome than him?
Yeah. Cool. No one's better than you.
Don't be too cheeky, Jeannie. I'm coming back.
I really didn't mean to gloat about the amazing time that I was having at Cap Estel, but I just couldn't help it. I was having the time of my life. And the fact that Janez was missing out was quite enjoyable to rub it in.
I, on the other hand, had to wait in London for 12 hours, then climb off the plane with bags under my eyes because I had a big, very large man sitting next to me and he kept on falling asleep on my shoulder. So I almost slapped him a couple of times and then I had to come straight to work. The only thing that kind of pepped me up is I worked with 5 beautiful girls. But they weren't as nice as you. I miss you.
Shame. No, that's good, that's good. None of them take your nonsense like I do.
Gabrielle, you're getting lost. Come on. Leroy, go show him how to dance. Go show him how to dance.
Wow. That is amazing. This medieval village behind me is called Es. It almost looks like it's built on the cliff face. And the beautiful thing about it is that it's completely authentic and still standing as it did way back when it was built. It's magnificent. It almost looks like something out of a fairy tale. And that's where I'm heading. Es, the stairmaster for the French. Es is unbelievable. It's about 15 minutes outside of Monaco, and it's so hard to believe. Monaco is land of fast cars and push-up bras, and 15 minutes out of that town is this old medieval village that has just stood still in time. And I really enjoy the fantasy of imagining what it would have been like to live in this time. It's amazing to believe that people actually still do live in this city. In fact, it says Princess Grimaldi of Monaco has a residence here. Her brother is Prince Rainier of Monaco. I wonder where she lives. Could even be this one, for all you know. This is Hotel de la Chèvre d'Or, which according to the tale is named after the golden goat, which used to make intruders lose their way if they were trying to steal castle treasures. Now you can almost imagine goats and donkeys climbing up these winding paths, carrying figs and citrus fruits, trying to make their way all the way up to the village. Don't know how intruders did it, but I'm lost. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Très bien, vous?
Ça va bien, merci. I'm so in love with French cuisine, and more specifically this dessert. So our very kind and good-looking chef has invited me to join him in the kitchen to learn the tricks of the trade. So what do I do? Oh yeah, he doesn't speak English, so it's going to be really, really interesting. Step numéro 1.
Il faut poêler les fraises.
Okay.
Non. Il faut poêler les fraises dans la poêle avec balsamique, sirop et puis...
Balsamic vinegar, I understood that. I'm a sucker for a pretty face with a French accent, but let me tell you, I was completely lost in translation in that kitchen. Now that I know there's so much butter in it, I'm sorry, I hate it all.
Après, quand c'est chaud, les fraises.
Oui.
Only when it's hot.
Okay. So does the butter melt before I put le fraison in the pan?
Yeah.
Oui. I'm learning. Okay. Fraison. All of it. I like cooking. Did I just see a flame? Okay. Now, that's easy. I can't flip it. Okay. Nearly there. But this is heavy. Do you have good arms? Yes, he does. Okay. Bon? I really thought I was going to royally mess this up. To be quite honest with you, I can't cook, but you can't mess up a pudding. That's going to be my speciality from now on. Tasted good to me. If you add strawberries and cream to anything. Now I know why I'm not in the kitchen, and I'm purely sitting at the table, eating. Because this is fantastic. This is really great. Thank you so much, Chef. I love the French. Okay. Anyway, good knowing you. I wonder if Grace Kelly or Jackie Onassis ever just sat in this garden and took in all of the floral surprises that this paradise has to offer. All over the place, there's little secret gardens with centuries-old olive trees, rose gardens, beautiful vine leaves, and of course, cliffs and the open sea. Unfortunately, it's not like me to enjoy a holiday like any normal person would. So I've decided to jump off these rocky edges of the hotel. Now, I'm a little bit scared because they made me sign an indemnity form, and there's just rocks over here that these waves are hitting. So it's quite dangerous. I am terrified. The problem is I can't just jump in and get right out again. I've got to swim all the way around to get to the beach. And it's a tough, tough swim. I'm quite scared. Should I do it? Ah! Awesome! A jump like that was something I wanted to do. I did it! Conquered all my fears. At this stage, I'm in a state of euphoria. I don't think I can find anything bad about this place. Everything I go, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, that's so gorgeous. I'm in love. Janez, come back! Janez had told me about a few years ago, really, that his parents had bought this little property in an old French countryside village.
I think this is it. My dad described it as a big house, which he wished he owned, and then a smaller house, which he does now own but hasn't renovated yet.